What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So yes, I have begun another juice fast. Oh boy. So the first time this year that I did a juice fast was specifically on January 1st. And I continued to give you guys my updates to tell you guys how everything was going. And I did it for 3 weeks. I was going to try to push for 4. I think I got past like 3 weeks and 2 days, and at that point I was just like, I wanted to give myself a break. And since then I've been wanting to go on another one, but I don't know, like I just wasn't meant to. It's like you really have to mentally prepare, and especially if you're gonna start challenging yourself and you want to go for longer, for whatever reason you want to go on these fasts. It's important that you get your mind right, because if your mind is not there, you're gonna give up too fast. You're not gonna be strong enough to make it through however long you want to do it. So I set my mind to 3 weeks at first when I did it January 1st, and it was perfect because January 1st fell on a Sunday, so it was just perfect timing that it's just started at the beginning of the week. So I was just like, you know what, it made it that much easier for me. And so, I got everything that I needed and I did it, and I did an extra 2 days. So I was pretty proud of myself. So since then, I was going to try to go on another fast around spring. And I just ended up, I wasn't there. A lot of things going on, stressing about other personal things. Then there was visits to Connecticut, and then there was Mother's Day and birthdays and birthday dinners and all the stuff going on, and then Father's Day, and now the summertime is here. And it kind of sucked because I was like, oh man, my sister's birthday was in the beginning of the month, and then Tyrone's birthday was the week after that. So there's a lot of birthdays going on, and then Father's Day. And then I was like, all right, well, I'll start in the beginning of July. Well, that didn't work either because, of course, my sister was throwing this 4th of July barbecue. And so I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. So what I ended up doing was I just started the week after. So I am now in my second week of my juice fast. So I started last week. I was like, I was looking at my calendar, making sure there was nothing going on. There was nothing going on. But of course, it is still the summertime. So there are still things going on between spending time with my family. I just got a message from one of my cousins who is throwing a big family cookout in August. I got a friend's birthday party, one of Tyrone's friend's birthday parties, who's out here. That's this weekend, and that's a barbecue. So I feel like I'll be all right. I have gathered, I went out and I bought a lot of fruit and vegetables to keep me busy in terms of, my hunger throughout the day. But whoa, when I tell you, man, like this time around, it has really, like, I was okay the first couple of days, and then I think it was the day before yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days before that, I started to feel extremely tired. I was so tired, and I know that I told you guys that I was going to get back on gaming. And I haven't gamed in probably a week or a couple of days. Um, and as soon as I want to jump on, I feel so tired by the end of the day. I'm just like depleted. And that's why I've been kind of giving you messages on my wall on my channel, keeping you guys updated. This fast started to kick my butt over the last 2 days, because I haven't even caught up with Secret Invasion. I am 2 episodes behind. And it's not like I don't have the time, but it's just like this fast has me like in and out mentally. And I think I'm just now kind of getting over the hurdle of it being hard, because today I felt like a spunk of energy. Even though, you know, I'm giving you guys these videos late in the afternoon, I had to have another cup of coffee because I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to be able to do anything if I feel this way. I went out to the gym. Plus, on top of that, this heat just makes me feel so tired. And I go out around noon to go to the gym. I'm training. I'm still doing that even while I'm fasting. That hasn't stopped. I still take my supplements. That hasn't stopped. Um, I do have coffee in the morning, which helps, you know, curb my appetite. And then I'll have a mix of my juice. So what I've been doing in the morning is I've been having a lot of vitamin C. So I've been juicing cantaloupe, oranges, ginger, pineapples, carrots. I'm a bit anemic, so I'm trying to make sure that that stays up even through the fast. So aside from my supplements, I've also been juicing. I do this mix of beets, so beetroot, carrots, and oranges, which is good for iron. Then I do my lemon ginger blast. That has a lot of greens in it. It has celery, cucumber, green apples. It has lemon. It has dandelion leaves, cilantro, parsley, turmeric, ginger. Did I say ginger? Yeah. I put ginger in almost everything. Then sometimes I'll have like what you would call like a agua fresca, which is just kind of like fruit juice with a splash of lime. So I'll have like cantaloupe and I'll squeeze lemon juice in it. I've got pineapple, I got blueberries, I've got tons of things that I can juice. Because I am still in the middle of training at the gym, I I am taking in protein shakes while I'm training. Um, it's not juice, but there's nothing in it that's going to hinder my process really for me personally with what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to, you know, keep my body in ketosis, but I'm not even eating anything. So I'm making sure that I'm maintaining my muscle. I'm still going to the gym. The protein shakes have been helping. You guys know I'm dairy free, so there isn't even any milk in my shakes at all. And the protein that I take is raw organic protein. So there's definitely nothing in there other than organic and raw ingredients. And it's just vegetables and things like that. That's just, you know, into powder form. A lot of protein that's in there. It's a long list of stuff. But other than that, and drinking lots of water, bone broth, super important. I take 2 scoops of collagen powder in the morning in my coffee, but I also have bone broth, which is also a huge source of collagen. So typically what I like to do is I like to have my bone broth later in the evening. It kind of makes me feel like I had a meal because it doesn't just satiate me, but it does fill me up. Sometimes I add a few, you know, a little bit of salt and pepper just for the taste because sometimes bone broth is just blah. So, you know, I do that. And again, lots of water, tea, and just kind of keeping my body moving, making sure that I'm not, you know, just sitting around. But the last couple of days have really been hitting me hard. Like I have felt the detox real bad. Like yesterday I didn't even do any videos. I think 2 days before that I didn't do any videos, and that's not me. You guys know, like, I do videos every day. So if I'm not doing videos, it's either I'm really not feeling well or my body is telling me, look, you need to take a day. And so that's what I was feeling yesterday. That's how I've been feeling. Trying to get videos out as much as I can when I'm not mentally and just physically tired. So, but you know, those are some of the juices that I've been drinking. Um, Aside from that, I've been feeling pretty good. My senses are super heightened. So, I told you guys when I did the 3-week fast that my senses literally, like, I can smell and taste every bit of everything, right? And that took about a week or so. This time around, it took less than a week for me to actually smell. So we went to the mall one day and we were walking past this restaurant, and I can tell, when I tell you that I can literally smell Italian spices in whatever was in the air. Like, that was insane. I was able to smell the cheesiness of pizza. Whatever that was, it was heightened. Like all of my senses are heightened. Now that I'm juicing more, I'm detoxing more, I can taste the, like literally all of my juices taste extra sweet now. And you know, when you're picking fruit, if you're used to picking fruit and you're used to how you can kind of tell, okay, you know what, this might not be so sweet. At first, the first couple of days, I couldn't really taste the sweetness, but towards the end of the week, it like jumped up. Like the cantaloupe, it was almost too sweet. Like I can barely drink it because it was that sweet to me. And so I added a squeeze of lime juice, and that kind of cut down the sweetness a little bit, but it made the flavor of the fruit pop. And so I've been kind of doing that with my morning juices, and cantaloupe or watermelon, adding like a good splash of lime juice really kind of just, I don't know, it just does something special, I guess, in my opinion. So that's how I've been taking everything in. But you guys, I'm telling you, like, this is a little bit different from the one I did in the beginning of the year. I don't even want to tell you guys how long I'm trying to push. Definitely a lot longer than 3 weeks. And this is for me to rejuvenate, glowing skin, glowing, you know, and that's just overall skin. You know, you guys know I suffer from Hashimoto's. So, you know, I'm just trying to detox my liver. I saw my doctor. He gave me some supplements to kind of help cleanse my liver a little bit, because while you are detoxing, sometimes those toxins can kind of get back into your bloodstream. And then once they get into your liver holds it before it can release it again. And you don't want to hold any toxins. The whole purpose of you detoxing is to literally release everything that you've got going on. And so he gave me a few supplements to cleanse, you know, to help cleanse my liver while I'm doing this juice fast. And it's been helping me out pretty well. You know, so far everything is pretty good. Also, I have been dealing with some issues with my knee, back issues. As always, that doesn't, you know, that's kind of off and on, but lately it's been off. Like, I have been feeling the inflammation in my body getting reduced, which is great. Other than that, I know that when I did the 3-week juice fast, I lost 10 pounds. I'm not doing this for weight loss, but I don't mind losing a few pounds as long as it means that I am detoxing and putting myself in a healthy state. You know, I'm making sure that I see my doctors, making sure that I'm doing everything that I'm doing. If I need to dial back, I will. If I need to cut it short, I will. But so far, so good. I feel pretty good. Aside from the tiredness and the sleepiness that I've been feeling, it's all part of the detox process. So I'm going to try to push 6 to 10 weeks. Yes, that means to the end of the summer. I've never done something like this before. It's going to be my first time pushing myself to go as long as I'm trying to go. But once again, if I need to dial it back, if I need to cut it short, if I need to, you know, my goal is definitely to get to 6 weeks and push to 10. We'll see what happens. But I feel that I can do it. I'm busying myself. I'm making sure that I'm grinding myself. During the time that I'm not eating, I'm starting to notice, like, man, like, I'm spending a lot of time. I spend a lot of time eating because I'm a foodie. I love to eat. So, you know, you get up in the morning, you're spending time, you're making breakfast, you're making lunch, or maybe you're going out, you're coming home, all the prepping and the stuff that it takes to make dinner. I have a lot of time on my hands now. So I'm definitely catching up on a lot of reading, a lot of stretching, a lot of meditating, just the overall healing. And it's been feeling pretty damn good, I gotta say. Like, I've been in a great mood. I've been feeling the positive energy around me and in me. You know, a lot of positive, you know, just keeping myself in a positive mindset. You know, and this isn't just for physical health. This is emotional health. This is mental health. And so, you know, it's been feeling really, really good. So I feel really good about it. So I think what I want to do is probably just update you guys weekly. I'm not going to do every day because this is going to be a long fast. You know, when I did the 5-day one, I told you guys every day what I felt like. And then, you know, when I did the 3-week one, I did every week. So I think that's what I'm going to do, considering that this is going to be the first time that I do an extra long fast. I definitely want to tell you guys, you know, keep you guys posted on this because this is a new journey for me. You know, and I'm still, this is a still, you know, I'm not a fasting person. This is the first time that I do these lengthy fasts. So this is only my second time that I do a long fast. So, yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted every week. But so far, this is my second week. I'm into my second week now. I've completed my first week. I'm proud of myself for that. It's been tough the last couple of days, but I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to get myself back together. I don't want to push myself. You know, if my body is detoxing, I just want to allow my body to do what it's supposed to do, allow it to do what it needs to do. If I need to just take a day and relax, that's what I'm going to do. If I feel like I have the energy to do something, I'll do it. If I feel like I don't have the energy to do something, I'm not going to do it. Because, you know, fasting is something that you're not trying to rush. And healing is something that takes time. So there it is, you guys, my update for you, my juicing update. So leave your comments down below. Let me know if you guys have done a very long fast. What did you guys feel? If you have any questions, let me know. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!